Hi guys, good morning all of you. I hope all of you can hear me. Yeah, anyone guys, can you please confirm is I'm audible guys?
Yes, Samson.
Right,
Good morning.
thank you. Good morning guys. Yeah, so guys, in the last session, I have just given some introduction regarding what we generally do in our data science. Like we discussed about that, we'll train the machines guys. We are not going to write any programs or any functionalities, but what we are going to do is we are going to help the machines to learn. So, like, what are the things that are required? As I told you, like I told in the last session, what are the different type of skill sets you require basically? Like I told you, like we have to know about how to collect the data, how do you analyze your data, how do you visualize your data, and not only that, we have to do some kind of a cleansing techniques, training the models, evaluation of model performance, tuning of model performance. So these are going to be deployment. These are going to be the activities. So if you just want to know what are the day-to-day activities of a data science expert, so you call yourself as a data science expert or a data scientist. Or a data scientist is a little bit a very high level profile. So better to call yourself as a machine learning expert or a machine learning engineer. So every day-to-day activities when mainly involves is as I explained you in the last class. So you have to every day collect the data, analyze them, visualize them, clean them, anything, whatever you have to pre-process them, feature engineering, feature selections, training the data models. Okay, mainly training need to be gets done, guys. So training is required. After the training, the machines will learn. So how effectively the machine has been learned, we have to evaluate it. And if it is possible, we'll try to improve the performance by using various techniques are there guys. Okay, so various techniques we are going to be having, so very interesting names. So we also never thought of like is machines are that much intelligent. Yes, machines are also has been become intelligent, but it is not done directly by your computer. But as I told you, machines are going to learn. Here two things are going to work guys. So machine and your computer plus one algorithm is going to be there. So these two is going to works together guys. So directly the machine independently they don't work. So with the help of an algorithm only, the machine is going to be learning. So what kind of an algorithms we are going to be using? As I told you, we are having some ML algorithms, we are having some DL algorithms, we are having some AI related algorithms. So these algorithms are going to be a different types are there. We'll see them like what type of algorithms we are going to be using. So for every task, whenever we want to solve any problem statement by using an ML, so we have to use an algorithm, guys. So what algorithm? These algorithms, we don't develop them, guys. They're already developed by many experts. So by using some various domain knowledge, domain experts, okay, data experts, etc., mathematicians, statisticians, they already developed it, guys. Only thing is we should know how to use that particular algorithms basically for our applications here now. Okay, so that is what we call it as a machine plus algorithm is going to be nothing but your machine learning, guys. Okay, so anybody guys, any questions regarding the last sessions, any technical questions if you have, I can just clarify them and I can just go ahead. Anyone, any questions if you have? Just it is an introduction part only. Main important parts, maybe all the dots are not able to be connected within one or two classes, because within one, two classes, we cannot get a complete clarity about that. That too, I have taken only just a one session I have taken. So the previous session is just like just we have taken something like what is our course curriculum. Only those things I have discussed. On yesterday only, I just started with some introduction part. Okay. So as I told you guys, today we are going to. So I think all of you are good to go. So let us start with our the next discussion is first immediately. I'm not going to start with the machine learning, guys, because to learn this to implement the machine learning, not to learn the machine learning. To learn machine learning, we don't require any Python, guys. Okay, to learn machine learning, we don't require Python. Okay, simply if you have just a pen and paper, that is sufficient. You really don't require any that kind of an applications. Just I'm going to show you just yesterday's night we are having a session. So just to show you the concept, like if you can see, this is how our the data science class will be there, guys. Just to show you the concept. Like if you observe carefully in the yesterday's class, we have started with one algorithm called as a decision tree, guys. So if you observe carefully, just nothing but some tables, some mathematical equations. Don't worry. Just I want to show you like how our machine learning algorithms are going to be gets working. So this is going to be just a set of numbers. I just written some tables and I done some calculations. It's not a lengthy mathematics, guys. It is a simple mathematics only we can see on the board, on the whatever I've written here now. Minus 9 by 14 multiplied by logarithmic. Why do you require this calculation? What is this calculation tells you? Only that is the thing only we have to learn about that. So for learning machine learning, it's not at all required. No language is required. But to implement the machine learning in our computer, in our machine, then obviously we have to require some language need to be gets used. So that language is nothing but there are so many languages are there, but we are going to prefer to use Python. Mostly we prefer to use the Python. Initially, experts started, even myself also, I started my data science journey with a language called as an R language I have been used. I have used an R language is the whatever the language we have been used. Yes, I didn't get your name. Yeah, yeah, Pranit. Yeah, I can teach you, but I don't speak Telugu. I was a Telugu guy, but I don't speak Telugu. I don't teach it in Telugu. Why? Because this is a class. It's a professional class. That is a professional. That is one more thing. And second thing is all guys are not from Telugu. So I was basically from Telugu states only. So I know Telugu, but I don't recommend to speak Telugu in the classes. We don't recommend this at all. Okay, fine. Right, guys. So yeah. So let us come to the Python, guys. Let us coming to the Python. Like what I can suggest here is, yeah. So what you're starting here is initially I also started my journey with the R language. Initially, the experts used to use the R language only. After that, they found that R is not that much. There are just comfortable. R is not that much comfortable for the working with the this machine learning and data science. So that is the reason what has been happened here is people started using the Python, the move to the Python, and in the recent years there is a lot of contribution toward the Python community. So a lot of contribution has been taken around in 2015, 2016. We don't have that much contribution towards the Python. But now a lot of latest updates and latest whatever the updates has been given is all developed by the Python itself. That's why so people started using the Python and they immediately moved to the Python language, guys. Okay. So just as I already discussed about that Python, we are learning here to only to just to understand the Python basics only. We are not going to become any Python experts. As I told you, know, after completion of my Python classes, so you cannot apply for a job role of a Python developers. Why? Because whatever the Python we are discussing, what level of Python we are learning in this session is completely only up to the it's I don't say basic level, whatever that is required for our data science journey, only up to that extent only we are going to learn. So we don't want to go deep into them, and you also don't try to go a deep into them applications. Whenever I say the point, okay, sufficient. Even if you're interested, you can ask me. I'll explain it, but you need not to concentrate much on that. So how many bytes this particular integer takes? Okay, or how many bytes it is going to take? What is the minimum maximum values? So generally, we don't require all those particular questions at all. Okay, simple, easy to work with them. Okay, so quickly, I'll just give you some introduction regarding the Python, guys. Apart from that, I can also share you some PPTs or some kind of an presentations I can share you so that you can just, I'll share you some one or two PDFs to you guys. You can just go through them. You can just look at that applications once. So the first thing is like why the main reason why the Python has become very popular. So why everyone in every domain Python, every domain, it's not only Python is not only just learned by only the software programmers, even the non-IT professionals also. Like how if see, it's not that a computer need to be used only by a computer engineer. isn't it? So computers are used by everybody. It's maybe an IT professional or even a non-IT professionals also. They use as computers. Okay. So how the Excel is generally a common skill, guys. We don't specifically spend time to learn the Excel, but if you want to learn something, like if you want to expertise in the Excel, like advanced Excel or something like that, if you want to go, then obviously you require some training or some practice is going to be required. But everyone having a minimal, at least a minimal knowledge of what is Excel sheets, how to calculate the things, how to, it's not only just entering the data, right? It is not only just entering the data, at least some basic skills like how to write the formulas, how to change the colors. That is not only the layout formatting, even some calculation formulas and all these things also we can write it. So I'll do generally, for example, whenever I conduct some kind of an assessments. Okay, so maybe I'll conduct some kind of an assessments. I'll conduct it. So what will happen here is I'll just do some kind of an I'll ask the people to. Sometimes I'll use Google Forms. Mostly I'm going to use a Google Forms only. In Google Forms, directly what will happen here is automatically the answers will be directly, the marks and everything will comes. Sometimes what they will do is will ask them to just write down all the answers in a notepad and ask them to send it to my notepad, send it to my email ID or WhatsApp numbers. So what I will do is they will write the answers. First answer is A, second answer is B, third answer is some A, something like that. They will do that. So what I will do is, how do I correct this? Simple, I copy this, paste it in Excel sheet. In one column, I'll write the actual answers and whatever the student has answered it, and I will do some formatting because I have to remove all this extra. So here it is A, here it is C, here it is a B. So the student has written A. So I'll format it and I'll clean up all the data and compare the data. And simply I'm going to get the whatever, whether if both of them are equal or not. If both of them are equal, it will be true, else it is going to be false, or it will be converted into ones and zeros only. Wherever it is correct, it is one. Wherever it is false is zero. I will add up the values. Over. I don't do anything. Just copy that answers, paste it in one cell, and just the Excel sheet is going to give. So at least we have a minimal knowledge. Same as it is nowadays, Python also has become that much easy for everyone. So everybody is using. So it's not like only software programmer will learn Python. Even non-IT professionals also, they're learning the Python. Why? What is the reason? Because is, so basically the Python was written or the Python was developed. Okay, it's not a product, it's a language, or we can say some kind of it's a framework. So Python is one of the language which is basically written, or which is basically they have been written that or developed it not for a specific group of people. It's not for a specific domain. It is not for a specific purpose. Some languages are there, guys. They are used only for a specific purpose only. We cannot use that language or you cannot use that tool for some different purpose. For example, if a Power BI is there, so Power BI is a data visualization tool. You can use it only for data visualization purpose. You can't use it for any other purpose. Or we have some languages. Using the languages, we can use only that particular operations only we can do. We cannot use any other applications. Like take SQL. What is the purpose of SQL here? Using SQL language, we can only perform only database management only. But using SQL, we cannot do some kind of an applications. Like we cannot develop any web pages by using the SQL, or we cannot develop some kind of an websites or business application by using SQL, isn't it? I can't develop a mobile application by using SQL. It is only just to retrieve the data from any database systems or some kind of an analytics queries we can do that. But Python is not like that. It's a specific purpose. SQL is a specific purpose language. It is not for a general purpose language. It is an which is going to be specific purpose. But Python is not like that. Python is a which is going to be a general purpose language, guys. It is a general purpose language. That means it can be almost all used by everyone, not only a software professional, even a non-software professionals also will be using. Like example, who will use this for what purpose? Like basically we can call them as developers. Obviously, developers obviously uses the language. For what purpose developers uses the language? To develop some kind of an applications, some business applications. Like what kind of an applications? They can develop web applications, they can develop mobile applications, they can develop some gaming applications, etc., etc. Almost all, we can develop any kind of an applications by using this particular Python. Users can develop it. So it is going to be used by developers, normal, okay, IT professionals who are basically to develop some kind of the computer applications or the business applications by using some kind of a languages. But not only these developers, not only the software developers, even there can be non-software developers will be there, like who are going to be working with networking people, networking guys. So networking means, don't think that networking means only in a computer networking. So networking means we know that no, it's a mobile is a networking, your broadband is a networking, isn't it? Everything, your whatever the DTH is going to be a kind of a networking. Communication, guys. It's nothing but networking is nothing but some kind of a communication what we are going to be doing. So networking, guys, also completely depends on this particular Python. Like we can say some kind of a networking people, hackers. So these are also going to be, these guys are also using the Python because basically Python is providing a good support for socket programming. Mainly for networking and hacking, we are going to require socket programming is required. Python supports a very good support for this particular socket programmings. Not only that, even non-IT, completely non-IT professionals like mathematicians and statisticians. So maths and statics, the stats experts. Simply, I'm writing it as maths and stats experts. So mathematicians and statisticians. So just talk to a mathematician or talk to a statistician, and you speak about some programming languages, software. This says that we are not interested in them. Maximum, if you ask a mathematician and statistician, maximum they will use Excel sheets. Maximum they are going to use an Excel sheet. Beyond that, they don't go. But coming to these applications, like whenever it comes to these maths and statisticians, they are not started using the Python language. Why? Because most of the mathematical formulas, most of the mathematical theories, calculations, statistical calculations can be done very easily in the Python. That is the reason why people prefer to, why these mathematicians and statisticians prefer to use the Python. Next case is, as usually, all these data analyst guys, all these data analyst people, okay, even the data, whatever the data analyst, we can do some kind of machine learning, AI, okay, all these guys, the AI, NLP related people, so DL related people, everyone is using guys. So just a minute, let me remove these points better. Okay, so I'm talking about the examples, right? Let us talk about this. So, web developers, application developers, software developers, okay, networking guys, okay, maths and statisticians people, data analyst people. Not only that, even we can do report development also, visualization also we can do using Python only. So we discussed now, we require a skill of data visualization. So whenever I say data visualization skill, what you are going to do? Are you going to develop, are you going to learn any tools or anything? Yes, we learn some tools, but apart from that, we are going to do mostly with the Python only. We use the data visualization. So Python is having a support, guys. So all these data analysis, data science, related applications, everything is going to be supported by the Python. So that is one of the reason why people started using the Python. They started learning Python. They started using the Python. So nowadays it's a common, just like previously how C language is a common skill for everyone. Just till nowadays, Python has become a common skill. So it should be the common skill. Everyone is learning Python, at least some basics of Python. And what is the main reason? This is one reason. It is a general purpose language. And second thing is, it's a language it's a very simple language. It's a language which is very basically designed to make everything simplified, guys. So it is a language which is going to be very simple to learn, and which is going to be not only to learn is simple, it is also very simple to use also, guys. Simple to learn and simple to use. So everyone can learn this particular this language Python in a very easy way. So you can see that, for example, you may have learned some programming languages earlier. So when you learn the C language, to write a first C program, at least minimum it will take at least a minimum to minimum, it will take at least 4 5 days. At least. Why? Because first of all, we should know at the time when you're learning C language, that is the first time you're learning a programming language. So obviously you require some kind of an understanding, like what is what is Python, what is a programming language. They'll explain what is software, what is hardware. I think I don't need to start that much basic level. What is a software? What is a hardware? I think what is operating system? What is a program? What is an application? What is a software? I don't think so. We need to start from that particular basic levels. So to understand that, it will take 2 days of time. What are the programming history, like how the 1950s programming styles, 1970s programming styles, 2000s, what is the programming styles, 2020s programming styles. At least if you see that, like you can understand how the changes has been taken place. Like that, after that, you have to know where to write the C program, how to write a C program, and after that, how to save the program, how to compile the program. It takes all the things, at least minimum 4 5 days, or at least minimum 1 day. Python, on the first day, we'll start working with that, guys. First day itself, we can start working with the Python. Don't require any much expertise and much knowledge to work with this Python. First day itself, we'll start with the practicals. It's a very simple language to use. It's a very easy to learn and very easy to use. And apart from that, it is one of the language which is an open source language. The next thing is we can say it is an open source language, guys. It's an open source language. So generally the people having a different opinion about this open source. What is meaning of an open source? Open source means, guys, most of the people thinks that it is free to use. Yes, absolutely. That point is correct. It's a free to use. So why I'm using Python? Why? Because it is it's a free language. I can use it at a free of cost. But it is not only free to use, guys. So they have given you the generally open sources means they will write the code, whatever the code they have written, the code is directly shared to you. You can have the open source means the source code will be given to you. So what is the source code contains? Whatever the actual code they have written. So if you want, what you can do, you can modify them. You can remove some features, you can add some features, you can modify them. You can do anything, whatever you want, we can do with the code. For example, our Windows operating system is there. Windows operating system is not an open source. It is not an open source. They don't directly give you the whatever the internal code they have written to develop the Windows operating system. We can't make any modification to the code. You can only change the settings in your Windows, but we can't make any modification in the code. We can't do anything in that particular application. But Linux operating systems, Unix operating systems, they're open sources. Means whatever you require, you can add a new feature to your operating system. You can add a new feature to your operating system. You can modify the existing feature to an operating system. So that is what we call it as open source. Open source means we will directly give you the source code to you. You just take the code. If you require, use it. If you want, use it. Or you modify that and you sell that particular code to somebody also. We don't want any money for that. I'll give you the source code. You just sell it. If you want, you can sell it to somebody. But as it is, if you sell it to somebody, nobody is ready to buy, because the same source code as it is, if you try to sell it to somebody, why I have to buy the source code from you? So already Vamshi has given the source code the same as it is. Why I have to buy from you? If you make some changes, you do some enhancement to the code what I have given, then somebody is going to buy your product. So there are called as, that's why we call it as free to use, and it is free to distribute. You can also distribute it. Your Windows operating systems, we cannot distribute it. Your copies cannot be distributed freely. Okay. So that is the way how we are working with the open source. Python is also such kind of an open source. And nowadays, whatever the latest the programming frameworks are coming, almost all of them has become open source, guys. Even the giant companies like Microsoft, Google, Facebook, which basically concentrate on the investment or whatever the profits they are getting, how much income they are getting. Even nowadays, they're also completely moving towards the open sources only. They want to provide something open source to the communities, so that everybody can utilize it. Everybody can get the user powerfulness of that. So the Python creator, who is the Rossum. So he's one of the Dutch programmer. If you see the history about that, it was written by a person called as Guido van Rossum. So he's a Dutch programmer born in Netherlands, and he has written this Python language and he has been contributed to the world, saying that everybody use it. So it is a free of cost. You can use it at a freely, and you can also distribute to somebody also. So he has written this language called as an Python, guys. So it is an open source language, guys. So you can directly use it freely, no need to pay any money for that. And you can also just, if you want, we can make some changes and you can distribute your code also to somebody. So like that, if you see some features like this, guys, there are so many features are going to be there. One more best feature, I just want to highlight some few features, guys. One of the best feature is going to be this language also integrates with other languages also. Integrates with any other languages or almost all other languages it will be supported. That means, for example, you are a Java programmer. For example, you are writing a Java code. You are writing a Java code. So we have some Java experts in our session, in our participants. So 14 years or 10 years, we have some experienced people is there. So whenever you are writing a Java program, maybe some of the tasks you want to do it in Java can be done very easily in the Python. So what you can write it in a Java program, you can write a Python code, we can write it. So it can be easily integrated with that. Obviously, you'll get a dot. How can you write a Python code inside a Java? How the Java compiler or the JVM can understand it? Obviously, we require a compiler which is capable to understand both Java plus Python. If you use that kind of a compiler, then we can write that. Yes, Java plus Python can be written in a framework by using a compiler called as an Jython is a compiler which we require it, guys. Using Jython compiler, I can write it because Jython is nothing but it is going to be Java plus Python is what we call it as Jython. So it integrates with other languages. You can write in a .NET code, we can write it. In a .NET framework, using a .NET framework, you can write a Python code. But I require some other framework is going to be required. So .NET plus Python, if you say, it is going to be what we are going to call it as Iron Python. So we require a compiler called as an Iron Python basically to study, to write a .NET program combined with a Python program. Just it's an idea about that. Like that. If we talk about the features of Python, there are so many features are there, guys. So don't worry, just quickly, I'm just going a little bit quickly. Just I want to brush up the things in these two classes, guys. Today and tomorrow, we want to brush up the things. That is the reason. Next. So one of the best feature as whenever it comes to the development part. So generally, if we have learned the any programming language, one of the major headache in most of the programming languages, guys. I don't say that it is a disadvantage. It is one of the headache, one of the biggest issue in the most of the programming languages is nothing but declaration of variables. We have to declare the variable. Most of the languages we have learned, everywhere we have to declare the variables, guys. We have to declare the variables. Declaration means we have to specify what type of variable we have to use, what type of variable it is, what type of value we are giving, whether you are giving an integer, string. Every variable you are using in your program must be declared first of all. Without declaration, if you use it, it does not execute. Using, if you forgot to declare one variable also, total program is going to be does not executes. That's why must and should we have to declare the variables. But coming to the Python, this feature is what we call it as a dynamically typed language, guys. It's a dynamically typed language. What we call it as, it's a dynamically typed language. What do you mean to say dynamically typed language? Meaning that is no declaration of variables. No declaration, guys. Really a very big relief. I equal to 10 over. Immediately, I equal to hello over. That's it, guys. I equal to, for example, true over. I equal to 10.45 over. That's it. No need to say that it is integer, it is a string, it is a some bool, it is in something like a float. It is not going to be required. I'm not saying that Python does not support the data types, guys. No declaration is required. Then who is going to choose as the data type? Python itself dynamically chooses the data type. That means what the other languages are saying is, before you give the value itself, you tell me what value you are going to store. Then only I will allocate the respect to memory, and according to that only you can give the value. That is what the other languages are saying that. But Python is saying that you don't specify anything. You need not to specify what you are going to store. You tell me what value you want to store, I will decide it. I will decide the data type. You need not to worry. It's a really big relief to the developers, guys. Why? Because in other languages, whenever you are assigning a value, a float value to integer variable or an integer value to a float variable, we used to get a lot of conflicts. But here we don't have all that kind of a conflicts is not there, guys. So Python chooses the data type automatically by itself only. So I'm not saying that Python does not support data type. Python supports data type, but chosen dynamically by the Python itself. So that is going to be a best option for us. So when Python is choosing the data types, why need to worry? You give your value, automatically it will decide the data types. Okay, so that is one of the programmatical advantage what we can talk about that. And one of the main advantage, guys, one of the main advantage is most of the other languages, like whether you learn C, C++, Java, etc. Whenever you want to do some functionalities, whenever you want to do some functionalities, some languages says that, okay, do you want this functionality? You need not to write any code for that. I already have a built-in function is there, use it. Like examples you can talk about. Like for example, some mathematical expressions like square root, okay, something like log, or whenever you want to find the sign, absolute values, etc., etc. Just a simple mathematical operations. Most of the languages provides you this support. That means you need not to write any code for that. Directly, there are some built-in functions will be there. You can directly call the function, you can calculate it. But support will be there only up to some extent only. Only basic mathematical functions only we can do. Beyond that, we cannot do that. But Python is not saying like that. Python is not saying like that. Python never recommends to write any functional code. Python never does not recommends you to write the logic for a particular implementation. Always Python says one thing. So really, what is a what it's we should not say that it is a disadvantage, but it is one of the drawback, guys. The drawback is nothing but it's not the drawback of Python. Okay, it is making people the mainly everything has been automated like this only, guys. So it's we should not be talking only about the Python. So Python is making these developers lazy. Python is making the developers lazy, guys, saying that you require anything, I will write the code for you. I already written the code for that. So you need not to write. Python always says that don't write any code, don't write any logic, don't write any functionalities. What did you tell me what you require? Maximum I'm going to give you. For example, I'm talking about that, like factorial, how to find the factorial of a number. So in many languages, factorial means we will write a code. Start with I equal to 5, or so if you want to find 5 factorial, start with n equal to 5. Okay, while n is going to be n greater than or equal to, which is going to be 1. Okay, somewhere take a variable t equal to, which is going to be t into n, and I say n equal to n minus 1. We have to write the logic. So we'll understand the control. This is what the programmers, what the C programmer or C trainer is going to teach you in the C programming. So this is a logic how to find the factorial of a number. But whenever the same example was given to a Python trainer or Python to the trainer, he says that don't write any logic for that. So in Python, we have a library called as a math. Use the library math. Inside that, we are having a function called as an factorial. So directly write 5, you will be getting the output as 120 will be the output. That's it. That is what the Python expert says that. Okay, so it's a smart, that I cannot say that it's a smart way also, because it's an over that time period. If you see, everything has been made simplified. See, 20 years back, learning a programming language is a very hard. So today, learning a programming language has become very easy. So one of the reason is going to be IDs. The one of the basic reason is it is not language become easy. It is nothing but development. The programming has become easy. So IDs has came. Previously, 20 years back, the Java people used to write a program in a notepad. So notepad means everything they have to by heart the syntax. They have to by heart the spellings. They have to by heart the case. But nowadays, nobody will bother about the case. Nobody bother about the space, the whatever the spellings and cases and all these things. The IDE itself will recommend. The IDE itself is going to tell you, wait, where is the mistake is there? Everything we have to debug. Previously, it's not like that. They used to write a notepad. After that, they used to go to a compiler. They used to compile the program. The compiler will give some different message. If the error is at fifth line, it will tell you that error is at the 10th line. You know that no? For example, if you forgot to put a semicolon in the first line, it won't tell you that error is there in the fifth line. It says that fifth line and sixth line, it will combine both of them a single statement. It says that this is not a proper word or proper sentence it is. We don't know what is that. We look into that particular syntax. But the main problem is you forgot a semicolon. Isn't it? So when you find the errors, really by using that errors, we can't find out like where exactly the error is going to be there. So it is really due to the IDEs. So it has been made. That also will say the same thing. So it made development part very easy. So developers are become lazy. It's not a lazy, but we say that it is a smart way. So nowadays everything is going to be smart devices. Everything is smart. So you should be also very smart enough, guys. So like how we are doing the calculations means it's a little bit smart enough to do everything. So a little bit in mathematics we do it now. So let's just simple example to make you understand that. So don't think that I'm teaching maths. It is going to be simple application only. So just I want to say that I don't know how many of you have been remembered. So just I'm telling the example of a smart way it is going to be. So sine 60 into what is going to be cosine 60 degrees into cos 30 degrees, which is going to be plus what is going to be cos 60 degrees into sine 60 degrees. Just I'm telling a simple example. Maybe all of you have been remembered. Maybe most of you have been remembered about this. So it is going to be sin A cos B plus cos B sin A. So you know how to calculate it. Normal people, how do you do that? What is sin 60? It's root 3 by 2. What is sin 30? 1 by 2. Okay. And plus what is cos 60 is going to be 1 by 2. Cos 60 root 3 by 2. Plus which is going to be root 3 by 2 into, which is going to be something like what we can say is root 3 by 2 cos 60. Sorry, 1 by 2. Sorry, guys. Cos 30. Sorry, guys. Root 3 by 2. Sorry. I done a mistake. Right. It's going to be root 3 by 2, root 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2, 1 by 2. It's 3 by 4 plus which is going to be 1 by 4, which is going to be 4 by 4. It is 1. But simple. It's a smart person. What is a smart person? Smart person will see. It is going to be sin A plus B formula. So sin 60 plus 30, which is going to be sin 90, that is equal to 1. So just that is a smart way, isn't it? So same as it is, we are making it smart. That does not mean that we are going to be just avoiding and becoming a lazy. So same as it is, the Python has become everything simplified, guys. Saying that we have a very huge library has came. Python comes with a very huge library, guys. Library means which is going to be nothing but a collection of lot of functionalities will come. Just what we have to do is get the library and directly use the functionalities. You really don't need to write any code. For every functionality, there is a package will be there. There is a library will be there. Import the library and start using that. You don't believe that Python has given a functions to find LCMs and GCDs. It has also given to find out what is going to be your permutations and combinations, NCR and NPRs. Hope you remember permutations and combinations we have done now, isn't it? So to do these calculations, you don't require to write a program. To calculate an LCM or a GCDs, we don't require to write a program. So Python has given directly the functionalities. You can do it directly. So that is the way the Python has given. Just to understand that, I'm just giving some examples. Square root, log, sine, absolute, these are common things. But Python has given some additional things like you can calculate what is the factorial of a number, LCM GCDs of the multiple numbers, NCRs and NPRs, which is going to be permutations and combinations, what we do that. So these are the things that what the Python has provided. So Python has came with a very huge library, guys. So what is learning Python, guys? In Python, you don't learn programming. We don't learn logics. We don't learn anything. What you are going to learn? Which package contains what? Which libraries for what purpose? How to use this function? How to call the function? That's it. Over. No writing of any much programmings. No logics. Nothing is going to be gets done. That is what the Python is going to be talking about, guys. Okay. So these are some of the things, some of the advantages or some of the features what we can consider. So like why we are learning Python. So easy to learn, open source, integrates with any language, comes with a huge library, general purpose language. That's it, guys. Dynamically typed language, 6 points. That's it, guys. Still some more points are there. If you go and check in online, what are the features of Python means, you may get another 2 or 3 features additionally. It's an interpreted based language. What is meaning of interpreted based language, guys? We don't write a program. We'll write a script. We'll write a script, guys. We don't write a program like .c program, .java program, compile it, save it. Okay, save it and compile it, execute. We don't do all these things, guys. Okay, so first, then where to write the Python program? How to start working with the Python? Install the Python software. Install the Python software. From where I have to install it, guys? So you have to install the Python software from www.python.org. So I said that you can do a lot of things. You can do data science, you can do machine learning, you can do AI, all these things. Maybe you may expect that it's a very huge software. So that's why it will take sense. That means it may be huge software. So it is supporting a lot of libraries and all these things. The size of the Python software is, guys, 25 MB. It is a 25 MB, guys. 25 MB is the size of the software, of the Python software, guys, which does all these things. It will do AI, it will do machine learning, deep learning, everything it will do. Size of the software is 25 MB. So how a 25 MB software can work this much applications? It is only the base system, guys. It is only the base system. What the Python has developed is that will give you. All these libraries we have to add on. These are all add-ons, guys. Okay, you have to install it. They're all add-ons. Python comes with some basic standard libraries, but along with that, if you want to use the advanced level libraries, you have to just download and we have to add on them. As you add on them, automatically the size also increases. But initially, the base system which we are installing is just a 25 MB space, guys. So just download, supports almost all, not supports almost all operating systems. Generally, open sources are compatible with any operating systems, guys. For example, if you take Power BI, I can't install Power BI in a Mac system. If anybody is working on Mac, they cannot work with the Power BI. So like that, some Microsoft products will have some limitations. Maybe some other data, some database systems may not work on other operating systems. But Python is not like that. It's an open source, right? So you can work with almost all operating systems, it will be supported. So go to python.org, guys. It's not python.com, it is python.org. This is the official website of the Python community, guys. See, guys, how simple look and feel appearance. Because they don't get any, they're not working for commercial, they don't get any money. They don't earn any money from this. That's the reason, simple. See a Microsoft website. See a Microsoft website or Oracle website. So a lot of animations, a lot of colors. Okay, so a lot of which is going to be so a good looking, which is going to be a lot of pictures, colors, everything is going to be layouts, etc. This is your Python. You don't believe if you see R project, guys. R is another project is there. You don't believe it is an official website of which is the R official website, guys. This is your R official website, guys. See, looks like just like a blog. This is official website, guys. If you want to download, you download the R language. Even that does not host the operating system, the software also. It is maintained by separate communities maintaining that. So from which country you want to download? From India, we can have it. India is there, yes. We are having 2 locations. We have International Center for Theoretical Sciences and National Institute of Science Education and Research. We have it. So here, this software was hosted, guys. If I click here, it will download from that location. It will download from that location, guys. These are CRAN mirrors. These are going to be in the CRAN mirrors, what we call it as. This is a Python website. So download it, guys. Simple. Whatever the version, I think 3.11.5, 3.12 is recently installed. Right now we are working on 3.11.5. No worries. Just download the 12.0, 3.12.0. Download and install it, guys. That's it. Very easy installation, guys. Very easy installation. 25.3 MB, guys. 25.3 MB is a software. So you can just open it. Very easy. Installation is also very easy, guys. Nothing to do with the software. Everything is easily you can install it. Just next, 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 over. So this is my software, guys. Anyhow, I am updating. because my system is already having Python 3.11 is there in my system. Let us install 3.12 also, guys. Better. So my system may takes a little bit time, guys. Why? Because it's an update. We are doing some update. It may take some time, guys. It may take some time. But when you're doing a first time installation, it won't take that much time. You can easily install the software. Okay. Just a 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, it will take, guys. Less than 2 minutes, you can set up your Python environment. That's it. So that's it, guys. So if anybody is working on your system, you can just download and install it. Everything is next procedure. My system is nothing but upgrade. It's an upgrading. So that is the reason it didn't ask you anything. Otherwise, just it will ask you a few questions. Nothing will be the next options. Click on finish. It will do the installation, guys. Okay. So let it complete. Let it complete first of all the installation, and then we'll start with the practicals also. Fine. Anyone, guys? Any questions up to here? If you have any quick questions. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll do one thing, guys. Just quick review. I'll share you some 1 or 2 PPTs, guys, so that you can refresh your you can just refresh yourself once. So just a quick a PDF I'm going to show you, which is going to be like Python introduction. Yeah, it's a Python introduction class, guys. So very simple. So I'm not going to just do anything. Just a quickly, you can just understand the things, guys. Just a minute. Yeah. So this is going to be the Python introduction, guys. So just know whatever I have been discussed. So it is going to be all about this. So this is a history, guys. So he is a person which we are talking about them, to whom I'm talking about them. It's a Guido van Rossum. So his name is Guido van Rossum. So he is the Dutch programmer born in Netherlands, and he has been developed this language of the Python, guys. Okay. So currently we are still working in 3 version only, 3.10. So it is going to be 3 is the major version, guys. After that, from 2008, it is 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5. Now up to 2023, guys. How many years you can imagine that? 15 years back, the 3 was released. Now it is going to be almost all 3.12 what we are going to be using this. And even there is going to be some quite interesting story. I think all of you know about this also. So by the name Python, generally when I say Python means generally that comes to our mind is going to be the huge snake, which is Python. But the name has not taken from any snake or anything like that. It is from a TV show, guys. The author, the writer, who has been written the TV show, his name is Monty Python. The TV show name is Monty Python Flying Circus. So Python name is derived from the British comedy group Monty Python, whom the Python creator Guido van Rossum enjoyed while developing the language. So Monty Python references appear frequently in the Python code and the culture. So the name was taken from a TV show, guys. It's the name of a person. Monty Python written a TV show called as an Flying Circus. So it is a web series aired in around 1969. So he was a fan of that particular in childhood. When this Guido van Rossum, he was a childhood, he used to enjoy that TV show. At that time, he has written it. So I told all those are the features, guys. You can just go quickly. You can just go quickly for that features I told you. Free and open source. So we can download. Open source means source code is also available to you. So you can download it, use it, as well as you can share it also, guys. So one of the feature is going to be object-oriented programming language. Yes, absolutely, we require it. And these are going to be some of the features we can talk about them, guys. As I told is an integrated language, easily integrate with other languages like C, C++, etc. Portable with any operating systems. Okay. So interpreted based language, as I told line by line, they will execute, guys. Okay. As I told you, a large standard libraries was provided, guys. So Python is having a very large standard library, which provides a set of modules and functions. No need to write. That's what I'm saying that. So you do not have to write your own code for everything. There are many libraries are present in the Python, such as regular expressions, unit testing, web browsers. For every functionality, there is a library will be there. Just get the library and use it, guys. Okay. So fine. So let me check it out whether it was installed or not. Done, guys. Setup was successful, guys. Now, yes, how do you open your Python application, your Python IDE, guys? So go there, wherever you have installed the Python, just go there. Okay. So I have installed Python 3.11. So 3.12 was there. This is 3.11. This is, don't worry, 3.12 was there, guys. You can see, guys. So there is one IDE called as it's nothing but an IDE, guys, called as IDLE. It is an IDLE, which is an integrated development learning environment, guys. Just like you know that if you're working on Java guys will use Eclipse, .NET guys will use a Visual Studio, or some other tools will be using some other IDEs. Same as it is, we are using this IDLE, guys. IDLE. It is not IDEL, it is IDLE. Open it, guys. Looks like a very simple environment, guys. So this is your Python environment, guys. That's it. Line by line, we have to write the code, guys. Nothing to do. Everything is going to be line by line. It's just a prompt. A Python prompt will come. You can just write down your code, guys. Whatever the code you want to write, you just write down the code, guys. That's it. I want to write hello world. Print which is going to be hello world. Over. You need not to write a Python program. No need to save the program, and no need to, even semicolons are not mandatory, guys. That is also one of the biggest headache, semicolons. Putting a semicolons, not required, guys. Which is going to be print hello, over. I want to say a equal to 10. I want to say print the value of a. No need to say print a also, guys. A say a, that is sufficient, guys. Done. Simply you say print a, sufficient, guys. Over. No need to write any code, no functionalities, nothing is going to be required, guys. Okay. So this is going to be just the basic environment, guys. So quickly, guys, you can see that. So these are the arithmetic operators, guys. You already know addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, exponential, guys. It is going to be an exponentiation, which is going to be x to the power of y, power, guys. It is what we can call it as power. And there is going to be floor division, guys, a double forward slash. What is meaning of this floor division, guys? Like quickly, I'll tell you what is a floor division, guys. In other, if you ask a mathematics person, what is 10 divided by 3? He says that if you ask a maths expert or any mathematics people, so what is 10 divided by 3 in maths? It is 3.3333 is an output. But if you ask a computer engineer or a software programmer, what is 10 divided by 3 in your programming language? He says that it depends on whatever the data type I'm using there. If I'm using an integer data type, for example, if I'm assigning the 10 by 3 to an integer data type, it is 3. If I'm assigning to a float, then it is going to be 3.33. So that means it depends on the data type of the variable to which you are assigning that. But in Python, we just studied, right? We don't have any data types concept. That's why what the Python has given a solution is, if you want to get a float point division, that means if you want to get a floating division, you have to require a decimal point. You say 10 divided by 3. See, 3.3333 is an output what you are getting. But if you want to pick only integer part, then you say 10 divided by 3. Generally, we call it as floor division. What is basically floor, guys? Floor is a mathematical operation. Floor is a mathematical operation, just like round, trunk. Generally, we know that now rounding 12.456, round it to second position, 12.46. Same as it is floor division, what we call it as. Flooring means the idea is very simple. 12.999, if you floor it, it will take 12. That means it picks only the integer part, guys. It picks only the integer part. So 10 divided by 3 is what we call it as a floor division, or a integer division we call it as, where it picks only the integer value rather than picking the decimal values. What is 10 to the power of 3? This is 10 into 3, guys. This is 10 to the power of 3. See, guys, how simple it is going to be. We are able to do that. For every concept you learn, Python provides you some new feature. For every concept you learn, Python provides you some new feature. Normally, if I talk about arithmetic operators, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, percentage, they are common in other languages, guys, isn't it? But in Python, there is some double star, which is going to be the exponential, which is nothing but the power operator. Double forward slash, it is going to be floor division. I'll share you this, guys. You can just go through them and you can just study them. Operators, comparison operators, guys, relational. Normally, you know that x equal to y equal to, or even you can directly write the numbers, guys. Directly we can write the numbers, guys. 10 equal to 10. 10 is less than 10. 10 is greater than 10. If you can observe carefully, we are getting true or false. Directly, guys. 10 not equal to 10, false. 10 not equal to 20, true. Like that, we can just work with this kind of an applications. We can work with them, guys. Okay. So just quickly, I'm doing that because I think I don't need to explain all these things. Equal to is same, less than, greater than, all these things are going to be there. Next one is going to be logical operators, guys. So logical operators directly, we have AND and we have a or, and it is NOT not. We don't have any special symbols, guys. Double ampersand, single ampersands, two piped line. We don't have them, guys. Directly. You know that and says that returns true if both the statements are true. Returns true if one of the statement is going to be true. And not is going to be reverse the result. Returns false if the result is true. Not x less than 5. If x less than 5 is true, not is going to be false, guys. So it is going to return a Boolean expressions directly. 10 is equivalent to 10 and which is going to be 20 greater than 10. Yes, both of them are true. Output is also true. But whenever I say the same thing, 10 less than 10. So do you observe what I'm doing, guys? Whenever you want to repeat the same statement, I'm just moving the pointer up and say enter. It automatically copies there, guys. It automatically copies there. So again, just copy this and I'm not doing any copy paste, guys. Just say enter, it will automatically copies. It is going to be or, guys. So or says that any one of them is true. That is sufficient here now. 10 equal to is going to be 20, is going to be false. But I want to just make it negation. Negation means I want to make it true. So simply we put a not here, guys. It is going to become a true case. Done, guys, over. Isn't it? So you don't really require to remember and practice them. Just one time, if you just work on them, that is sufficient. Obviously, everyone is having at least, even if you don't have any idea about any programming languages also, these are all very quickly and we can do with an application, guys. Okay. So these are going to be one of the basic thing which we have to study it, guys. Okay. Next, second thing, guys. It is going to be Python data types. As already said that Python does not, I'm not saying that Python does not support the data type, guys. Python supports the data type. Only thing is we need not to specify the data types, guys. So see, so data types are the classification or the categorization of the data items. It represents the kind of the data that it is going to tells you. What operations can be performed on the particular data depends on the data type, guys. If you want to add them, it should be numbers. If you want to concatenate them, they must be string type of data type. Okay, anyhow, I'll tell you this point later. Since everything in an object is in Python programming, data types are classes and variables. I'll tell you this particular point, guys. I'll tell you about the point. It is going to be type is a function to use that determine the type of the data type, guys. So what do you mean to say about this one is, these are the data types, guys. Integers, floats, complex. Integers are of three types: decimal, integer, and float. Sorry, integers, floats, and complex. These are numeric data types, guys. Sorry. Okay. So these are going to be integers. What happened? Yeah. These are going to be integer types, guys. Simple. Directly, guys. X equal to 100. And you say, what is type of the X? Type of the X will tell you, guys, what type of data type it is going to be. Type of the X is going to tell you what type of data type it is. Even we don't use it, guys, just it is going to be an idea for which is going to be complex. So print what is going to be type of X. Class what is going to be float. So which is going to be X equal to 3 plus 4j. It's not I, guys. In mathematics, we will say I. Here it is going to be j. 3 plus 4j. Print what is type of the X. It is going to be nothing but it's a complex type, guys. Like that, just assign the data and we can work with them, guys. Strings. Strings can be either represented in single quotes or it can be double quotes, guys. Anything is fine, guys. Single quotes or double quotes, anything is fine, guys. These are going to be string. You know what is a string? Which contains a collection of which is going to be some Unicode characters, what we can say that. Single quotes, double quotes, even triple quotes also we can use it, guys. In Python, there is no character data type. A character is a string of length. In other languages, what will happen, guys? String and characters, lot of confusion. Characters need to be enclosed within single quotes, string need to be enclosed within double quotes. But in Python, we don't have that kind of an options, guys. Okay. So quickly, I'll show you guys. Don't need to worry about that. Just quickly, I'll show you the application, how we are going to be gets working with that. X is equal to 10. What is the type of X? It's an integer, guys. So why the name class is coming? Because in Python, everything is going to be an object oriented. It need to be defined from a class, guys. So integer is a class basically. It's not a data type. Y is equal to 10, even immediately, guys, x equal to 10.45. In other languages, if you declare x as an integer, throughout the program, we have to use as integer only. But here it is not like that. X is integer. Now x has been changed to what is the type of the x? It has been become a float. Just you say type is a function, guys, which will help you to find out whether it is an integer, whether it is a float. S is equal to, for example, hello, single quote, double quotes, anything is a fine, guys. Type of S. For example, some A equal to, for example, true. It's a case sensitive, guys. True should be written in T capital. Okay, T capital, guys. It is going to be nothing but it's a title case, what we call it as. A equal to true, B equal to false. What is type of A? Type of A is nothing but it's a bool. What is type of B? It is a bool. You can also do A plus B, guys. True plus false also we can do, guys. When you are doing the addition, true will be converted into 1, false will be converted into 0. So true plus false is going to be 1, guys. True plus false is going to becomes 1, guys. Yes, it's a case sensitive. Case sensitive means, see, in C language, what they says is, what is meaning of case sensitive means, in C language, for example, if you want to declare a variable, you should use only lowercase of a only. You cannot use capital case of a. But here, I'm not saying that case sensitive means compulsory the variable need to be lowercase. A equal to 10, A equal to 20. Both of them are different. A and A. Okay, so whatever the case you have given, use that particular case. But you are allowed to use every case. Okay, fine. But it's a case sensitive. It's a case sensitive. Okay, printf, it is going to be print, which is going to be hello. It does not. Print A, this is not going to work. Print A, this is going to, because print is a keyword. Print is a keyword, guys. So we have to follow some standards there. But whenever it comes to some variables, etc., capital case, lowercase variable, both of them are allowed here. Okay, so even if you don't use them, but I'm just saying C equal to 3 plus 4J, it's what we call it as a complex type, guys. That's it. It's what we are going to call it as a complex type. So these are the basic types. Don't say data types, basic types in Python, guys. We call them as basic types. We are going to call it as Python. But all these types are capable to represent only one value at a time, guys. They're capable to represent only one single value at a time. But we require some data structures which can represent multiple values at a time. So for that, we have to learn something called as in sequences. So as I told you now, guys, already I just started the sequences. Just tomorrow I'll just brush up the things once again. So quickly, I will discuss something about the list object in the tomorrow's class, guys. So tomorrow we have the class as usually, guys, same time, guys. It is going to be same time as it is. So please join it tomorrow at the same time with the same link. And yeah, I think already some group of people they have already registered, guys. And some people are yet to register because already 2 days you joined a demo. Today is the third class. Maybe if anybody has joined for the today's class, I don't know. So almost all the demo sessions are over and we almost all started with the main classes, guys. So maybe guys, tomorrow they may change the link. That means, as you know that no, so demos are over. So you guys got an clarity like how our teaching, my course curriculum, our course curriculums, what we just provide from our side. You got the complete idea about how our training program is there. So you guys need to register, guys. I think already my backup team is already sending a lot of updated mails to you. They may be already contacted through a phone also, maybe. So you have to get registered, guys. Maybe I was not sure about that. Maybe tomorrow or maybe by Monday. They will change the link as a paid link. Only for the paid participants only, you will get the link, guys. So if anybody is interested to take up the course, and if you want to start your journey, so please get registered. So by doing the required, whatever the amount that need to be paid. So already backend team already have contacted you and they send up the mails, and already they have shared you the details regarding the payment details and all these things. They already shared you guys. Okay. So that is what I can suggest is. And one more thing is, once if you get registered, immediately you will start getting the videos, recording videos, and all the materials, class notes. Okay. Apart from that, I told you, free Python videos, guys. If you want to learn a little bit more about the Python, you are going to get a free Python videos also will get in, guys. Normally that will cost you around 4,000. So DurgaSoft is giving you those particular videos at a free of cost, guys. So these are the videos which you are going to get the access to you. I'll tell you the procedure. How do you get the access? You need not to pay any extra 4,000 for this. Register, pay for the data science course. You will get the Python videos, guys. Right? It's fine. Saturday we'll have the class, guys. Sunday we don't have a class. Only Saturday we don't have. Saturdays will be there. It's a very huge course, guys. 5 days a week, 4 days a week. If you take it, it may not be possible to complete it. So regularly, that's why actually previous batches are getting delayed basically. What they did is 1 hour, 1 hour. 1 hour means if 10 minutes goes off, 45 minutes, 50 minutes class, and back to back the sessions are there. Once I complete the session at 8 o'clock, I have to immediately 8 to 9. Immediately, like, I also can't join, right? That's why what I did is this class, I made it as 6. That's the reason why I'm just going in a very slow, cool, just I'm doing in a very cool way, guys, because we have a sufficient time is there. So 1.5 hours, at least if 10 minutes goes, if 9:40, 6:45 start the class, I have sufficient time is there. That's the reason I made 1.5 hours from this batch. I'm making 1.5 hours because the topics are more, time should be taken. If you take 1.5 hours, 1 hour means 50 minutes is gone. 50 minutes is gone means nothing to discuss sometimes. 45 minutes, 50 minutes. So the reason I made it at, initially we planned it 7 to 8. We made it 6:30 to 8. We made it, guys. Right? Okay, so complete of your registrations, guys. Why? Because is maybe the team will change the link. Okay, so it's a little bit Saho. It's nothing, but I don't have a problem with starting with that because it's a technical issues will be there. Everyone, it's not me. Everyone. Sometimes sound does not work for somebody. Network does not connect. Early morning we'll start the sessions. Rest miss systems they don't start immediately, but 6:35, 6:40. Generally, you can also join by 6:30, 6:40. You can join it in the case. Okay. So that we need to accept it. We have to follow it. Why? Because immediately sharp 6:30 I can start it. I don't bother starting at 6:30. But reason is we want to just give some grace time to other people also. Some technical issues will come. So let us give some at 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 5 minutes is sufficient. I'll start by 6:35. Okay. So that's it. That is going to be from my side, guys. Yeah. So tomorrow we'll have another class session, one more session, guys, regarding the list. I will start with the tomorrow, and I'll complete off all the list concepts tomorrow. You can just learn the things. I'll share you the just 2 PPTs. I'll share you, guys. Please, everyone, if you just want to refer, you can just quickly refer these particular notes, guys. Just give me a second. I will just give you the 2 PPTs. One is the concept is Python data types, Python introduction. Yeah, I'm sharing these two, guys. Tomorrow I'll share you one more. Tomorrow I'll share you one more, guys. Okay, don't worry about tomorrow. Remaining I'm going to do, guys. Yes, yes, Amit Shah, Amit Sinha. Yeah, I can also share you my course curriculum also, so that you can get some idea about that. So it's a full stack data science course. You can do it. So I'm also sharing the course curriculum also, guys. So you just go to the full stack data science. There you can find NLP and you can find the deep learning concepts also. Amit Sinha. Okay. So I shared you 2 PPTs, guys, 2 PDFs. One is a Python introduction and one more is the data types, and a full stack data science.xlsx file as Excel sheet I shared you. So you can just download and you can refer them, guys. Okay. So that's it for the today's class, guys. Any questions? Anyone, guys? Right. So thanks for today, guys. And we'll meet up tomorrow. In that case, if the meeting link changes, guys, So only the paid people will get the link, guys. Please, in the case if link is not working, please check your mails, guys. Okay. Who has been done the payment, they only those will get the paid link. I don't think so. They will change it from maybe from Monday onwards, they will change it. But maximum try to finish off as soon as possible your registration process, guys. Suddenly the link will changes. So you will be waiting in the meeting. So again, they have to call them. They will again respond them. So that is all the delay is going to take place. So please try to do it as soon as in the case if you're interested to take up the course, please do your registration process immediately, guys. Right. So thanks all of you for today, guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. And tomorrow we'll complete off all the basics and then we'll continue from the Monday's class with the regular discussions, guys. So thank you for today. I'll meet up in the tomorrow's class, guys. Thanks all of you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.